Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be capturing my 39-week pregnancy update, and I'm going to go ahead and roll in for week 42, or week 40 also. I'm exactly 40 weeks pregnant today. So let's just go ahead and get started with week 39. At my 39-week appointment, I had another non-stress test and a cervical check, and my cervix still hadn't changed. I was still just 50% effaced, and everything went well with the non-stress test. Then I had another check at 39 weeks and 5 days, just to make sure that everything was going well, and I was still just 50% effaced. So we started talking about what my options were going to be as far as delivering. And since he was figuring she's so high up and she wasn't engaged in my pelvis, we were talking possible C-section. So that was kind of up in the air. He was wanting to induce me, start induction yesterday, but since I hadn't really progressed this past Monday at my appointment, he decided to wait until today to see how things were going at this week's appointment. So luckily things have changed, and I am now a fingertip, which is about half a centimeter dilated. I'm 60 to 70% effaced. So my cervix has definitely thinned out a lot more. And she is finally engaged, so he was able to feel her head when he was checking me. So, yeah, so today at my 40-week appointment, that's how that went. So I was super excited because in the beginning of my appointment today, he was still talking about possible C-section, and he said if I wanted to do a C-section that he would go ahead and move forward with that. But I really wanted to see if my body was going to progress and do what it was supposed to do. And when he checked, I was just blown away and so thankful, because I had been having pretty consistent contractions since last night. They were about 7 to 8 minutes apart for a few hours. So I kind of felt like my body was finally doing something and trying to progress on its own. And they even continued into this morning and this afternoon. I'm still having some contractions, but they've kind of fizzled out. They're about 10 minutes, sometimes 12 minutes apart. Whereas this morning they were getting closer and closer. They were about 3 to 5 minutes apart. I think that's really attributed to the softening and her position and my dilation. So what I've been doing to try and help things along is my husband and I have been going for walks. So if you feel comfortable walking around, if you have a big belly like I do, I was walking like every other day. I've been doing that for about, a week or so now. So I'm going to go for a walk again tonight when my husband gets home, or this evening when my husband gets home from work. And hopefully that'll kick things back up and get my contractions going. It seems to be the case when I'm up moving around and a lot more active, my contractions pick back up, and so on and so forth. Symptoms-wise, I'm a lot more emotional. I think I'm just on edge. Just the anxiety and fear of the unknown, which is a given and understandable considering this is my first baby. And I've seen my sister give birth, and I've heard from so many people telling me their stories and things like that. I try not to get too caught up in their stories, as everyone's pregnancies are completely different. So any other symptoms I'm experiencing, I still get shortness of breath. My stomach is very large and in charge, so I'm feeling rather heavy is the best word I can describe. There's definitely not any more room in there. I did have an ultrasound conducted last week. I think it was at my 39-week and 5-day appointment when I was checked again. But she's weighing a little over 7.5 pounds. So he doesn't foresee her to be a big baby. And again, ultrasounds can be off for up to a pound on either side of the spectrum, whether it be more or less. So I'm hoping, she's pretty close to, the 7 pound range and not really necessarily more. But I'm definitely keeping my, having an open mind with that, where that's concerned. Since I do have the gestational diabetes and the poly, I do know that, mothers with what I have end up having bigger babies. So, but we'll see. But the good news that I got, and this may just be my OB trying to be positive, but he thinks that with the progress that I've made in such a short amount of time, always that indigestion and acid reflux, he thinks that I'll go into labor sooner rather than later. We did go ahead and schedule an induction date just in case she does decide to stay in there a little bit longer. He is allowing me to go almost to 41 weeks. So next Tuesday, I'll be 40 weeks and 6 days. So the following Wednesday, I'll be 41 weeks. He doesn't want me to go past 41 weeks. So we just scheduled it for Tuesday. If I don't have her by Friday of this week, he wants to do another non-stress test, just to kind of, measure her heart rate and make sure everything's looking good there and she's not in distress and stuff like that, or, doesn't have to come out sooner. But otherwise, we're just playing the good old-fashioned waiting game and just waiting for her to decide to come into this world. And I'm super blessed and thankful and just really appreciative of all the love and support and feedback that I've gotten from everybody. And I'm just blown away by the fact that, just 2 days ago, nothing much was going on, and I'd been the same since I was 36 weeks. So a lot can change in a short period of time. So if you end up going through what I'm gone through, and just know that things can happen overnight. I mean, they really truly can. So it's just, I'm blown away. My OB was blown away too. He was really surprised, but he was happy. I mean, it's definitely safer. It's a better option. I want to have that gratification of, going through this entire process and being able to have her handed to me and, laid on my chest after a vaginal delivery, because that's what I ultimately want. I don't want her to just be, shown to me over a drape, which I know that it can still happen, but my OB did say it's, as long as everything's moving along and my cervix continues to dilate on its own, then the less medical intervention and the more things happen naturally, the less likely that things will end in a C-section. He said even with people that dilate and, go into labor on their own, they still could have a 15% chance of having to have a C-section. But that's better than the 35% chance that he was saying I would essentially have, considering she wasn't wanting to get into position. But yeah, I really don't have anything else to disclose. I did, just want to get on here and update you guys. My next update probably won't be until I do, in fact, go into labor. I just don't see the sense in doing like a daily vlog. Things of that nature is a little redundant to me. I don't want to just keep saying the same things like, oh, I wish she was here. So I'll spare you guys that. But I'll go ahead and show you my 40-week bump. I'm always large and in charge. You guys know that with my poly and gestational diabetes. But so I'll go ahead and show you with my shirt on. Go ahead and flip this around. So here it is from the side. Sorry, the back of my phone is dirty. I apologize. I need to clean it. As you can see, my belly button is still popped out. She's ready to go. I call it my timer. Get out. And the other side. And then I'll go ahead and show you with my shirt off. I apologize. So there it is from the side. And the front. And the other side. And still no stretch marks, but as I've said in all my previous videos, you know, that's not to say that I won't get them. But that'll conclude my update for today. As always, I wish you guys the best of luck in your journeys, and, you know, thank you so much for, excuse me, I'm stuttering, for following along with ours. You know, keep us in your prayers and as things progress and move forward, and yeah, so hopefully the next time that you guys see me, it'll be when my daughter Tamsin is here and I can share her with you. So until then, thanks for always watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe so we can see our updates. Otherwise, have a good day and thanks for watching. Bye.